It's a trustworthy servant for Hebrew'sTruth Restored Ministries. We have a reading that we're going to be doing today. First, before we get into it, we're listening to relax harp music, sleep, meditation, spa study, instrumental background music from Soothing Relaxation. Last time I did a video on sin, and this time we're going to do a video on the law and the testimony. We're going to go to the book of Hebrews so we can have a better understanding of what's going on with the law and what's going on with the testimony as well. We need to remember the book of Hebrews was written because Jews wanted to believe that they had it different than Gentiles when it came to believing specific things. But in reality, that's not how it worked out. So we'll get into it, and starting so here is the book of Hebrews. We're getting into the first couple of chapters, and we're talking about exactly who the Messiah is. Some of these things, scripture-wise, you'll notice that they came directly from the Septuagint or the LXX. One particular scripture is only found there and was recorded by Paul. So it is verse 6 in Hebrews chapter 1. It says, "But when he again brings the firstborn into the world, he says, 'Let all the angels of Mighty One worship him.'" That's very telling, seeing that that came from the LXX and not the Masoretic text. We have a reason why they did that. It's because it had the correct rendering of the Old Testament. We're going to go jump to Hebrews chapter 10, and we're going to check out a particular set of scriptures here too. A couple of times it repeats when he comes into the world, when he came into the world. That means being born. Therefore, when he came into the world, he said, "Sacrifice and offering you did not desire, but a body you have prepared for me. In burnt offerings and sacrifices for sin you had no pleasure. Then I said, Behold, I have come. In the volume of the book it is written of me, to do your will, O Mighty One." So we see here that it says, "But a body you have prepared for me," but we know that in the Masoretic text it says, "You have pierced my ear." And the reason for this is because the Jews at the time, the Masoretes, were tired of the Christians using the Septuagint or LXX Old Testament to convert Hebrews in general, not just the Jewish people from the tribe of Judah, but also all the other tribes as well. So they used the LXX to convert, and many of the Jewish people from Judah and Benjamin and these tribes didn't want that anymore, so they decided to make their own scripture, which was later called the Masoretic text because they were the Masoretes. They didn't want their fellow Hebrews to believe that Yeshua came, "A body you have prepared for me." So they changed that, which was detrimental to the belief system. And then if they would not have changed that, then many Hebrews today would believe in the Messiah. So we have these fundamental understandings. We have to understand a few other things too when it comes to Enoch. He died. because we go down to, in Hebrews chapter 11, we go down and we read about Enoch, and by faith Noah, by faith Abraham, by faith Sarah. And then in verse 13 it says, these all died. Well, we know darn well that Enoch died because Abel died, Noah died, Abraham, Jacob, Isaac, Sarah, all of them, they all died. He was taken away because the Almighty did not want him to sin any further, and so, or he didn't want to go back into the sin after he had this understanding of the Messiah. So this is the testimony. They had the testimony, and they had the law. It was very important to them. At any rate, this is the important thing here. So this is the trustworthy servant with Yahweh's Truth Restored Ministries. And come back next time for another video. A little bit of knowledge and understanding goes a long way into helping the next generation. Have a good day, and please come back. Bye now.